Hey there. Great afternoon, everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Say hello as you're coming in. Happy Thursday to each and every one of you. It's an amazing, amazing Thursday afternoon. Hope you are having an amazing day thus far. In case you do not know, welcome to Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead, and it's always my privilege, honor, and pleasure to come and chat with you just around lunchtime, just to empower you a little bit. I'm going to share this on my page. Hey, Miss Val, how are you? Hope your Thursday is off to an amazing start. And so I'm going to wait for a few people to come on in the room, but I just want to talk to you for a little bit. I just want to chat with you just for a little bit. I'm sure you've already seen, you saw the flyer that talked about our topic for today. Hey, Tanae, how are you? Our topic for today is the captivity of compromise. Whoo! The captivity of compromise. Here's the dynamic, everyone. When we find ourselves, compromise can be good and compromise can be bad. Let me preface that. So there are some good dynamics of compromise. Hi, Octavia, how are you? Let me preface this. There's some pros to compromise. But what I want to talk to you about today is the captivity of compromise. What do you mean, Dr. Vaughn? Some of us have found ourselves in places suffering with the consequences of decisions that we made that were out of a moment of compromise. They were out of a moment where we were feeling like we had to make this decision, even though sometimes we saw the red flags. We knew that we shouldn't make the decision. We knew we shouldn't go there. We knew we shouldn't make that choice, but we made it. And now we are suffering the consequences. Hey, Cousin Janice, we are suffering the consequences of that set compromise. Because here's the dynamic. The level of compromise that I'm talking about is when you compromise and actually totally rid yourself of your purpose and destiny, when you compromise and you start doing things that you know are against the will of God for your life, when you compromise and start doing things that are against you, what you know your character to be, when you compromise, hey, Danielle, when you compromise to fit in, or when you compromise to make someone like you, a level of captivity comes on you, because if I then have to stay in that box that I created that caused you to like me so that you can continue to like me. So that level of compromise now puts a yoke around my neck and puts me in a place of captivity, because now if I do anything outside of this box, if I do anything outside of this realm that I've compromised to, you may not like me anymore. If I do anything outside of this realm of compromise, you may not want to be my friend anymore. If I do anything outside of this realm of compromise, you may not think I'm anointed anymore. If I do anything outside of this level of compromise, you may not think I'm worthy anymore. And some of us are living underneath of the weight and the captivity of compromise. We have allowed our decisions to place us in such a yoke because we wanted to compromise to make somebody happy. We were so concerned about somebody else's feelings. We were so concerned about making somebody else happy. We were so concerned about being the cheerleader for somebody else. We were so concerned about making somebody else's dream come true. We were so concerned about pushing somebody else's vision. And don't get me wrong, I am a supporter. I am a pusher. But when that pushing and when that support places you into a place of captivity, because you've now compromised all of your destiny, you've now compromised all of your vision, you've now compromised all of your will, you are living behind the time that God designed for you, because you've compromised to make sure that somebody else felt happy. And here's where I want you to understand where the level of bondage comes in. The level of bondage when it comes to compromise come in is we should be able to grow together. We should be able to soar together. We should be able to achieve both of our dreams and visions together. I push you and you push me. I should not have to compromise say that my vision don't matter anymore because your vision matters more than mine. No, both of our dreams, both of our visions matter. And so when I talk about the captivity of compromise, think about it. Some of us have made decisions, and when I talk about captivity, it's anything that is holding you hostage, anything that is keeping you bound, anything that's keeping you restricted is captivity. Anything that's keeping you from flowing in your divine destiny is captivity. Anything that's keeping you from being who God created you to be is captivity. Anything that's hindering you from flowing in who you are authentically is a level of captivity. And so when I talk about the captivity of compromise, I'm talking about the fact of some of us have compromised who we were just to fit in. Let's be real. Some of us have compromised who we are just to fit in. You don't dress like you want to dress because you want to fit in with them. So you start dressing like them. You're not really a drinker, but you're going to start drinking because you really want to fit in with them. You're not really a partier, but you're going to start making sure you want to drop it like it's hot because that's what they're doing and you really want to be around them. So you're going to compromise who you are. But then when you go home, you're not fulfilled because you're really doing something that you really don't want to do. You want to travel the world. You want to do everything that you want to do, but you compromise because somebody said you shouldn't. Somebody said it don't make sense. Somebody said it's dumb. You want to open up that center to help women, or to open up that center to help girls, or open up that center to help men, or open up that center to help young boys. But because somebody told you you're not smart enough, or because somebody told you, no, just work behind me, just help me, you have now suppressed what you're supposed to be doing and working in your own God-given gifts because somebody has told you. So you've compromised who you were and said, you know what, I'm going to put me on the back burner and I'm going to just do what you say I should do. Many of us are living we've made some bad decisions. Listen, y'all, this here Empowerment Live that I've come to help you I come to help you break free. Because until you can identify that you did compromise, until you can identify that, hey, Janella, until you can identify that you did make the mistake, until you can identify that you did lower your standard, until you can identify that you did compromise and do what you knew was wrong, until you can identify and actually recognize that you did it, you can't break free. But I came by to help you tonight. We got too much at stake. We got too much at stake. God has too much stuff. Hey, Aunt Jackie, God has too much stuff for us not to face it and realize that some of our compromises have placed us in situations, in lifestyles, in relationships, in friendships, in businesses, in jobs, in ministries that now have become places of captivity. I know it don't feel good. I know you don't like it. But the truth of the matter is we got to take ownership of it. We have to take ownership of it. We have compromised in some areas of our lives. We have compromised. Nobody else, y'all. We have compromised, and I got to own the areas of my life where I compromise. I have to own the areas of my life where I dropped the ball. I got to own the areas of my life where I knew. I mean, God knows I knew. My spirit was telling me, don't do that. But because I wanted to be around them. I wanted to be around them. Because I wanted to be a part of their crowd. Because I wanted to be connected to them. I compromised, suppressed how I felt, put my feelings on the back burner just to make sure everybody was happy. So while I'm out here making sure everybody's happy, I'm making sure everybody has what they need, I'm making sure everybody is happy, I am dying on the inside. I am dying on the inside. I have compromised all that I know to be. God already told me, listen, he may not have shown me the whole map, but God already showed me. He showed me that there's some greatness in store for me. He showed me that he's working on me. He even gave me some instructions. Just wait on me, stand still, wait on me. I done compromised and connected to people because of the simple fact I thought it was good to connect to them. They're good people, so I'm going to connect to them. They in that arena. I'm going to connect to them. But what we have failed to realize is that we have compromised in such a way that has not brought blessing, it has brought captivity. And some of us are underneath of the thumb of that level of captivity and want to know why we can't move. Somebody should just type today, but I'm breaking free today. Somebody should just type it. I am breaking free today. I am breaking free today. Why am I breaking? How am I breaking free today, Dr. Vaughn? Because I'm recognizing that I did compromise. I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. I'm recognizing that I did it. I did it. I compromised. I did it. The devil didn't do it. They didn't do it. I did it. But today, I'm breaking free. Today, I'm no longer captive. Today, I'm no longer bound by it. Today, I refuse to compromise anymore. Today, I am admitting it, and now I'm freeing myself from it. I'm breaking free from it today. Yes, the compromise was there, but the only way that you can break the compromise is realize that it was there. Like I said, and I preface this in the beginning, you guys, compromise has its pros and its cons, because sometimes when you're in relationships, when you're in ministry, when you're in businesses, there is healthy compromise. So let me say that before anybody takes it out of context. There is healthy compromise, because sometimes you have to compromise in different seasons to balance things out. You do have to compromise in different seasons to balance things out, because when you're in covenant, you have to balance it out because the needs of the other person also matter. So sometimes you have to balance. The compromise that I am speaking of today is when we have compromised and it has totally taken our identity. When we have compromised and we have lowered our standards from what God said was ours. The compromise I'm talking about is when you have compromised, when you know God said don't, and you compromise to feel good. You compromise to be liked. You compromise for the validation. You compromise for the approval. You compromise because you wanted to fit in. You compromise because of your own level of insecurities. You compromise because of your own fears to stand on your own. You compromise to not be by yourself. And those are the unhealthy levels of compromise that will keep you underneath of a bondage, because now you can't live beyond what you surrender to. You can no longer live beyond what you have subjected yourself to. And so when I say, yes, the captivity of compromise is heavy, you guys. It will stunt your growth. It will have you thinking stuff about yourself that's not true. It will have you questioning the what God ordained for your life. It will have you questioning whether or not you're worth it. It will have you questioning whether or not you're qualified. It will have you questioning, whether or not your past has totally wiped you out. No, 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 no. Today, we break free today. We break free today. We break free today. How? Because I took the first step. I recognized that I did compromise. It was my fault. It was my fault. I own it. I compromised when I shouldn't. But guess what? That don't end my story. Now, God, now that I've realized I compromised, I ask you to forgive me and break me free from this bondage. It's just that simple. Now, God, I recognize I did compromise. Should have never been in that position. I did compromise. I did settle. But now that I've recognized it, God, forgive me and break me free. Break me free. The joy of when you can say, God broke me free from what I put myself in. Woo! God broke me free from what I put myself in. God broke me free from what I put myself in. So listen, I just came to chat with y'all today. Listen, it was just sitting on me. Like we're in states of bondage and levels of bondage simply because we made one simple compromise and we got stuck there. We made one simple compromise and we got stuck there. But today, you can break free. You don't have to be underneath of the captivity of compromise anymore. You can break free. Trust me. You can break free. All you got to do is admit it and give it to God. You can break free. So listen, y'all, listen, that's my lunchtime empowerment talk for you. I want to encourage you today, evaluate wherever you made the compromise and break free. You can't go back and change it, but you can determine how you live from today. I'm living free from today. I can't tell you about yesterday, but I can tell you I'm living free from today. From today on, I am living free. I'm no longer bound. No longer bound. I don't care if they bring it up. I'm no longer bound. I don't care if they throw it in my face. I'm no longer bound. I don't care if the devil try to wake me up. I'm no longer bound. That is my response. I am no longer bound. I remember, but I'm no longer bound. Yes, I remember, but I'm no longer bound. So listen, that was your lunchtime empowerment talks. Again, I thank you for coming to hang out with me for lunchtime empowerment talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead. And it's always my privilege, my honor, and my pleasure to come out and hang out with you on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. just to jump on in there for a little push, a little encouragement. My pleasure, Danielle. Thank you, cousin Janice. Yes, Aunt Jackie. That's right. That's right, Octavia. Listen, I just want us all to be better, and we can be better together. We can just keep going. We can just keep growing, and we can keep breaking free. Don't beat yourself up. Just recognize it, give it to God, and break free. That's it. And so, listen, I thank you all, support you all, and guess what? Ask somebody to come and hang out with us next Tuesday at 1 p.m., where we're going to see what God's going to give us for next week. I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me. If you have not already done so, be sure to make sure that you are connected to all of my social media platforms. On Instagram, it's I am Dr. Vaughn. Again, on Instagram, it's I am Dr. Vaughn. On Twitter, it's Dr. S. Whitehead. On Twitter, it's Dr. S. Whitehead. On Facebook, it is Shavonna Whitehead. And on YouTube, it's Dr. Shavonna Whitehead. Stay connected to me. We got some big things coming in 2022. And I want you to enjoy. You've been going through this journey with me. Can y'all believe that we have been doing lunchtime empowerment talks now for I just counted for 18 months? I am still in awe of God that we have literally been doing this for 18 months. I started this out as just trying it out. And we've been doing lunchtime empowerment talks every week, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. for 18 months. I am excited about where God is going to take us next year. But most of all, I'm excited about where God is going to take you and how he's going to continue to break you free. That's right, Danielle. Keep working on it. Keep working on it. Listen, it's a daily thing. We all grown. We all still working on it. We are all still working on it. So listen, make sure you hang out with me. Tune in with me next week, Tuesday. What time? 1 p.m. for Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. If you have friends that's not on social media, tell them this is streaming on YouTube as well. Head on over there and check us out over there. Dr. Shavonna Whitehead on YouTube. I love you all. Stay connected to me, but most of all, continue to allow God to do what he needs to do in you. Have an amazing day, everyone.